let's consider a very practical and tactical part of legacy. So, when considering how to hand off wealth, let's just talk about a couple of different scenarios. Do we want to come in with an approach of surprise where we're handing off whatever assets that we've built up to an unprepared recipient, whether that's family or friends that we're bequeathing to a charitable cause or venture? So, do we want it to be the case that someone is ill prepared both philosophically and tactically to receive that wealth and handle it? Or would it perhaps be, and I would promote the idea that it would be great for that individual to be knowledgeable in the infinite banking concept, to have already been practicing, and that just meshes and becomes part of what they're already occupying themselves in doing with infinite banking concept. Would be the ultimate scenario, that somebody who is educated and prepared to continue on that trajectory of passing off wealth both knowledgeably and in a prepared fashion, educated, and do it in a way where, when we consider all the different things that we could pass on to a future generation, and something's better than nothing. I'm not here trying to make a case for one type of asset or commodity or over another. Again, with the infinite banking concept, it's not an either or scenario. It's not a this or that case. We can practice being our own banker with whatever we want, whether that's real estate, precious metals, oil, whatever you want to be able to put in the blank right there. Business, you name it. But I will point out that it may be easier to buy a particular amount of net worth than it is to build. See, when you come into ownership of a policy, a unilateral agreement between you and the insurance company, you're given a certain amount of death benefit. And that's not to be underestimated, because provided that you continue paying yourself first, that you continue to fund your system, it's going to be to the effect of a greater net worth instantly. From the time that policy becomes in force, you're going to instantly have grown your net worth by whatever that death benefit amount is going to be. And the handing off of those, when you graduate, when you give the death benefit to your heirs or to the beneficiary, they're going to be getting those funds tax-free, because again, what we see in the insurance world predates our tax code here in the United States that came into effect in 1913. So whatever that death benefit amount is, your heirs will receive it tax-free, whereas that's not necessarily the case in a lot of other situations, obviously. And again, I'm not a tax expert, I'm not a lawyer. Look into that for yourself and see what that means, and consider what would that do to add that on top of whatever it is that you already have going on, to be able to hand off that much more of a death benefit. And again, coupled with the education of being your own banker, it's a great gift to be able to pass along to your heirs. It's both the knowledge of how to practice being your own banker and build your own warehouse of wealth, finance your own lifestyle at whatever level, personally and in business, and whatever it is you touch financially, but then also tactically be able to hand off a net worth because of having bought a policy or policies for yourself, to be able to use the cash values today. But ultimately it ties into this concept of legacy and how to be able to hand wealth off. Having that death benefit can be a part of how we approach legacy for ourselves, and being good stewards now, but again, preparing for generations to come as well. So I hope that helps.